Hello everyone and welcome. My name is John Preston Smith. I'm the author of a book called The Ball, The Legend of Man's Best Friend, that is to be released next month. I've trained and handled more than 14,000 dogs over the last 50 years, and I'm here to talk with you about the training, behavior, and spirituality of our canine friend. This is number 4 in the series and is entitled A Brief History of the Dog, Part 2. In the last episode, I talked about the history of the dog and what he has done over time to wiggle his way into our lives. In this episode, I'd like to give you my opinion of what he is doing today, right now, to continue to support his claim as our best friend. So let me begin by reiterating what I have often said. The relationship of dog and man is magical and mysterious, sometimes bordering on the mystical. It can be described as uncanny. The dog has been man's protector and companion since recorded time. Historians and spiritualists say the dog was placed here to help man cope with the difficulties of life. They have been child and mate substitutes. They have fought at the side of their masters in battle. They hunt. They seek out drugs. They find the missing, and they provide sight for the blind. They have an instinct like no other animal, and they desire nothing more than to please their master. By their sense of smell, or their speed, or agility, or their keen sense of hearing, they have saved, soothed, and rescued us from the slightest misfortune to our deepest fear since the day they left the call of the wild. So let me spell out more specifically what they bring to the table. We are all aware of guard dogs and protection dogs and dogs that seek out drugs, weapons, and explosives. We've read and heard stories about dogs that can find those who have been lost for hours, days, and even weeks. There are dogs that support our officers of the law and security forces in our cities, in our states, and along our borders. Here, however, are just a few of the other services that dogs perform for you and I to assist us in getting through our day. Most of this is backed by one type of research or another, and is funded by the government, dog food companies, or universities. So here we go with some of those studies. Dogs can detect seizures before they happen. This is unusual research. Certain dogs can warn seizure patients that they're going to have an attack before it happens. But here's the kicker. No one can detect how they do it. For some dogs, it's just natural. So I wonder who paid for that study. Dogs can help stay in shape. They can help you stay in shape. That's another interesting study, isn't it? We all knew that anyway. Dogs can be trained to detect low blood sugar in humans, and this is pretty cool. Diabetic alert dogs are not uncommon. Dogs are compassionate. Studies indicate that dogs sense our emotions, such as when we are stressed or when we are weeping. We know that dogs reduce stress. Well, in some places, workers are permitted to bring their dogs to the workplace. Studies show that this reduces the stress of those people that bring their dog to work. Dogs can help you be more social. You see, friendship is beneficial to the human condition, and there's no better conversation startup than having the leash of your Labrador Retriever entwined with the leash of her Beagle. Our canine friends help soldiers overcome PTSD. This is, in fact, very common in the United States, where soldiers and dogs attend functions together. Dogs heal sores and cuts and abrasions by licking. There's an ongoing battle between vets and docs that support or deny this statement, so I'll leave it at that. Elderly dog owners go to the doctor less. This is another interesting study that's based on exercise and companionship. And since I fall into that category on age, I'm not going to comment any further on that study. Dogs reduce the risk of heart problems. There's no study needed here. It's an obvious fact that walking and exercise reduce stress. Dogs help with the relief of depression. Your getaway sticks move much easier when you know someone loves you unconditionally. They comfort children with autism. For me, this one did not take a study. I've seen it firsthand, and in my mind, it is unconditioned. It is unquestioned. Dogs detect cancer. Due to their incredible sense of smell, they have identified lung cancer anywhere from 70 to 9% of the time, depending on the study. And recently, as reported on NBC News, dogs are not only detecting lung cancer and melanoma in humans, but new research indicates that dogs are 90% accurate in detection of early stage ovarian cancer. Now, how about that? There are service and assistant dogs that are trained to help folks with disabilities. There are therapy dogs that are trained to provide solace for folks in hospitals, retirement and nursing homes, hospices, schools, and disaster areas. Well, they also fuel our hope and give us good memories. They help us explore the world and they improve our lives. They help us face the dragons in our lives. They are honest, dependable, loving, childlike, and simple in mind and spirit. And if you want more examples, there's thousands of dog hero stories on the internet that will warm your heart and tear your eyes. He is our guardian and our protector, our sentinel like no other animal. He is indeed our best friend. And as Will Rogers said, when I die, I want to go where they went. So there's but a few reasons how the dog has become a mainstay in our daily living. The next time we get together, I'm going to talk with you about the dog's greatest secret that no one has been able to answer. Until then, remember, everyone should have a dog, and every dog should have someone. Take good care.